Hello, it's RocksAlot. It is Thursday afternoon or early evening, and it's a little bit chilly again, somehow. What are we going to do today? So, going to do the Tyrone Turquoise Challenge. Look how thin that is. Now, let's get some extra light here. It's pretty thin. I don't know if it breaks. But I might have to cut through there. Maybe through that side. We'll get a different piece there. But I'll do that in a minute. Just wait for a few people to come in. Got my mask ready. Let's see, I need some gloves. Secret ready cold stone. Gloves. What gloves are we going to wear today? Let's try regular. Okay. Bye. Toby. Okay. He's inside. Okay. Hi there. Welcome in. Well, we'll get these ready. I might as well put them on. Why not? Why not? Hands are dry. Happy Thursday. It's the weekend for me, which is great, unless they call me in. But I'm probably not going to be answering the phone. Here we go. Let's get the other one on. We'll see how long these last. Hi there. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I don't know if you're in the afternoon or in the evening. Right here we are, what is it, 5-ish, 5:30. So early evening for us. Put some gloves on because it's freezing out. And let me show you what we're going to be working on today. So last week I showed this. This is like the thinnest piece of turquoise in history. It is Tyrone, which is New Mexico. And I think it's an old copper mine. Let me look this up real quick. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is an old copper mine in New Mexico. So let's have a quick gander here. Turquoise. Anyway, I thought I'd try and do a project while we did some other cutting today. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And we're going to see what it says about Tyrone. So every time I look up a turquoise, it always says it's rare. So this is rare. Highly collectible, historically significant gemstones sourced from the Bruno Mountains near Silver City, New Mexico. It is known for deep blue to pale green colors. It is a byproduct of the Tyrone mine in so really thin. I actually have to see if I got some that were a little bit thicker, maybe a bit better color. So I got these two giant flakes. Hey, Soren. So I got two giant flakes. That one's a bit thicker. And then this one is the one we're going to be working on. And I have decided, so I did finish a couple of commissions for the jeweler. He was actually pretty happy with them. They came out really well. Let's see if I can show any of them here. So this was the heart that I was doing. And I had to fit that heart in there, and then there's a Mother Mary that goes in the middle. So they have to drill a hole and put the other part of the silver pendant in there. This was something he'd put together. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's a piece of crazy lace that I had done. You know, it's getting out there. And then today, what I'm hoping for, so last week I hit 1 million. See, so I don't do anything with the channel. Get rid of that real quick. I don't do anything with the channel, as you can see, until the of 2025, so about August of 2025. And thank you, appreciate that. Hey, Texas Angel, I love angel cake. Like, if people ask what my favorite food is, it's just cake. And they'll ask what kind of cake, and I'll be like, cake. So so that is all-time views. And then what I'm trying to get to, maybe today, you can see where it popped last year. I'm at 90 for the 165 days. Hoping to hit 1 million. That'd be cool. And then I think I got like 4 to 6 subscribers to go. 1,500, and if we hit 1,500 today, I will be doing away. I'm not sure what it's yet on Sunday. And yeah, not a subscriber. We will be going live on Sunday, probably about 2 o'clock. I'll put a post up about it. And if you're a subscriber and you come into the live, we'll probably just do numbers or something. And I'll give something away for the 1,500. This is also Tyrone, but a different color. So we're going to work on this one first. So the reason I brought up the jewelry was the commissions, was I went over to the store, dropped off the commissions, and I've been trying to decide during the week how are we going to work with this piece of Tyrone that is, I don't know. Then I don't even know if it's got color in it. Looks like it's got a little. All right. Hey, Texas. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Really unexpected, actually. So I'm just going to cut this off real quick. That's how quick it took. And that was with a cheap rotary from Harbor Freight. So just put a line across it, and it just goes along where that little dip is, because I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do unless it's flat on both of these sides. So hopefully this will just snap. There we go. In fact, we'll see if the color goes through. It does. Look at that. Somehow, even if it's that thin, there is a teeny bit of color in there, and I gotta remember where the color is. So, come on. All right, so now I need to flatten this, and what I did while I was at the jeweler's was slabs. He has like a rock area. I mean, be where we can't. We're unable to go rock hounding around here. We can find fossils and stuff. So in there, though, I found some Italian goldstone, and it's got the copper in it. So I figured, why not put copper with copper, hopefully. And so I'm going to try and get something there. Something like that. Maybe we'll come up a little bit. I'm going to get a few holes down the bottom. Maybe that'll work like that. So I'm going to flatten this. We're going to glue it to this. Hopefully the epoxy that I got from Harbor Freight will be really quick. And we'll work on a couple of other pieces of turquoise while that dries and hopefully seals. We might have to go outside real quick and cut the top of this off. So goldstone, most often done with copper. It can change colors a little bit. Made in Italy, but it's basically a glass. So yeah, the other piece. This was the other piece I thought about putting it on. It's not Awahi, but pretty thin. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Yeah, the forbidden tortilla. I bought it. It would cost me $8. Does it $8? Let's have a look. I think it was $8. So no, it was 7. So $7, I think, and we're gonna see if we can make something of it. So first thing I got to do is I got to flatten both sides out. I kind of see the color up here the best, where it sort of rounds, and I'm going to use that it rounds a little bit to hopefully get some sort of height out of it. This might get really bad. But that's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to have a little bit of fun. And I guess while this dries, I can share a few other things that I found during the week. So let's just get this going. I'm actually going to use some hot water. I got a little cold today. Pulpery, how are you doing? That's some hot water right there. Yeah, it started off beautiful day, and then I went to work for a couple of hours. Came out of the door, and it was. Hi, Deborah. Welcome in. I'm gonna flatten this corn flake real quick. This bran flake. Let's see what we can do. I don't know who else is on today. I assume there's other people on today. I don't need to flatten it too much. I want to get a little bit of the color showing, but I want to get it kind of flat where it's going to sit on that goldstone. And then if it doesn't work, I'll end up with a really nice goldstone tab. Bring it in just a little bit. It's actually pretty hard. For as thin it is, as it is. You get a semi-pre-shape to it. Yeah, I'm actually surprised about how hard it is for how thin it is. Hey, Kira, how you doing? Been watching those precious metal prices this week. I don't know if you went over to take a look at that hot copper platform. It's an interesting platform to look at mining stocks from the Australian Stock Exchange. The reason I went on there originally was at about 6, and it would open about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, so I could watch the stock market over there live. Yeah, and they go back and argue with each other, and it's also a way that they do push around the more invest. You just got. I think it's pretty. Might be a little bit quicker than I thought. Okay, so now I've done that. Oh, got caught on the edge. There's a bit of color in there, really nice color. And now I got to get this off. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Got to dry it off pretty quick, so. Let's see. Well, I'm going to have to dry this piece too, so let's see where we're going to fit it on here. Maybe it's an odd shape, so maybe something like that. Let's go up a little higher. Something like that. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to cut across here anyway. If I got to cut across there, let me mark this real quick. That's a big one, so it'll work. So I got to mark it anyway because this other piece is going to get wet too. So I'm going to go in and cut somewhere like that and somewhere like that. Could take you with me. You want to go with me? I don't know if I've got everything set up. Let's see what we can do. I hope you don't mind walking around. We're going to try and take a walk around a little bit. And so I've got to get this one. Oh. I should have prepared a little bit better for this, but here we go. Sorry for the volume. There you go. There was not expecting to do that, so I'm going to do this really quick. It's going to go along those two lines that I made, and hopefully this doesn't shatter. It's going to be a little bit noisy. Worked out pretty good. So this is the piece we're going to use. I've got to dry them off and take you back inside. Put it in my pocket. And we're taking another ride, so we get you out of this without losing you. Pretty good. All right, here we go inside. Thanks for hanging out while I'm walking around. Yep, trying. Let's do this. All right. Trying to do the full thing right here. All right, where did I put them? Oh, I stuck them in my pocket. Let's get the big one out. So, hey there, okay, welcome in. Hey John, how you doing? So John, your piece should be there like tomorrow. Just so you know, I didn't. If you, I do have a tracking number somewhere if you'd like, but I looked at it today. Should be in tomorrow. Kind of went off the shape here a little bit. I wanted to get this in there, so I'm gonna go right about this. Now I gotta try these out a little bit. Gonna do it fashion way, I hope. Maybe. Oh. You can't really see what I'm doing. I'm going. Uh-oh. Let's see. I think. Not yet. Not going. Oh, there it is. So let's just dry that off a little. Not necessarily the safest or the suggested. It should work. Get dry. Okay. That's done. Let's try this other piece. Turquoise piece. Dry it off real quick. Hopefully without melting it or destroying it. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, that's done. Never done that before with a piece of stone, so it worked. Back. Alright, next I'm gonna have to put my gloves because they're gonna get wet. Now I'm gonna try let's go over here. Now what we're gonna try is instant setting epoxy. That's the plan. Let me find my little G-clamp. Too bad, hey. It's not too bad. It's not like it was I mean, for us anyway. Cold is kind of like a pain spectrum where it's like 1 to 10. So we're used to it being super hot all year round. And yeah, to have the cold we did the other day, it was pretty bad. So let me see if I can blink. Okay. I'm really just winging this. I do need a mixer. Oh, I can smell that stuff. Let's get a mixer. No, it's not gonna work. Oh. So I was sort of prepared for this. Welcome in, everybody. If you haven't subscribed, trying to hit 1,500. We might have hit 1,500 already. And now we're just gonna do this. Give it a little squirt. If you don't know Steven's channel, head over there. He would probably be much better than I'm doing. He's been making all kinds of dice or dye, resin. It's pretty cool stuff. Alright, we're gonna mix some of this. That should, I'm thinking that's enough. That's enough. You know what I forgot? I forgot where I put my, there you go. I'm actually doing surprisingly well for rushing this. Okay, now this is going to be, supposedly, this will be quick. Alright, come on. There you go. Now that's sitting there. I'm going to let it sit for a second. And we're going to mix it. Hopefully I'm not going to get it all over myself. At least not too bad. And then we're going to put these two together. Is it still buffering? I think it's because I was walking around, John. If it's still buffering, let me know. I don't know if we got solar flare stuff or whatever going on. Okay, that's what I want to do. That. Gonna get my little mixer. Lost one already. Oh. mix this up before it's too instant. So I could have done the 5-minute one, and I went for the... I have the 5-minute one, but we're doing the instant one. So this is instant epoxy 2-part from Harbor Freight. I'm hoping my dad is probably watching from above. This is kind of what some of this invented. So 17 and 17. Yeah, he was an inventor of polyurethanes, some plastics, epoxies, but it all had to do with timing, how long it took, how much heat was produced when you put it together. And his patents are from, I think, 1951. All right, which way are we going to do this? I guess we'll go color. So we flatten that out a little bit. Still got a few pockets, which is fine. And I'm going to literally just paste this in. I usually do this with like JB Weld, so this is a little bit different than for me, and I usually leave it overnight, so it should be interesting. But I took on the challenge, so I think it was Anjara that was in last week, and they were questioning why this piece was... I'm going to make sure I'm getting the right way. I want a little bit of the sparkle. I think that's it. I think it's going right in there. And I'm going to squeeze it pretty tight. So I want it coming out everywhere, filling in all the pockets, all the edges. And that looks like a mess, but it should work. That's it. Then what I'm going to do... This is new. I've never tried this before. I have backed things with other stones before, just not quite in this manner. All right, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to take a little G-clamp. Let's get this out of the way so I don't cover myself in it. It's in a dangerous spot. And I'm just going to squeeze this together, and we're going to leave it for a little bit, and then we'll cut some other stones. Yeah. I don't want to say it, Steve. I could say what I want to say, but I'm going to keep it to myself. I really don't need to G-clamp it, but just to make it look professional. Oh shit, it's moving the stone. That's it. So we're going to leave that for a while. And get this stuff off my fingers. All right, well, that's where it wants to go, so that's where it's going to stay. All right, let's leave that for a while. We find somewhere safe to put it. How about back in the package? And we're going to find a safe spot. Because there really isn't one around here. There is a safe spot. That one done for now. And then we're going to work on... We could either do some stick tight. I do have... Oh, that's nice. I don't want to do that. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, there's a stick tight, or we could do another piece of this Tyrone. That's a big, thick piece of Tyrone. That's another piece. stick tight. You know what we're gonna do? I got some other stuff over here. Let's have a look at this. So in here, and they're coming for me again. Every time I get here, I think I'm gonna say something rude, and then I think the sirens are going. So yeah, let's have a look at this bag. This is the Chilean. I could do that piece. I don't think we've cut Chilean before. I know he was selling some more. Yeah, we're going to do this piece. Very nice piece. Big money. I think the price this last weekend. But Sam was selling some of this stuff, and I've done a little bit of it in the past, but this looked a little bit better quality. And yeah. Oh, you guys want to see my... Well, I'll do this first. Let's do this first. I'm all over the place today. Here we go. I think it's pretty much telling me what to do. Flatter on this side. Get some extra light over here. And bring you in some. That's a lot, sorry. That's good. Do that. Get a little mask on. And forget my nails this week. Alright, here we go. So while that other one's drying, so the other one is a thin Bran Flake of Tyrone Turquoise from New Mexico. This is Chilean. I don't know if it's going to get more blue once we go through that skin right there. I'm hoping so. I was looking up about Chilean turquoise, and it can have a really nice dark blue in there. Miss Freckle Cat in the house. Oh, nice. So guys, show you the bottom first, why not? So that's probably going to be the top, but are you ready for the color? You can kind of see it. Look at that. That's a really nice color. Yeah, very happy with that. I hope the rest of the bag is like that. I have a bag of it as well that I haven't opened, but they do all seem to be like flats, and this one looks like it dropped off the side of the kitchen sideboard, kind of went flop. So look at that, that's a really nice color. Alright, so let's just go around the edge, clean it up, see what shape it decides to tell us it wants to be. I could have gone to another basketball game today, and I decided to be with you. Just call me crazy. But last week's live was a little short. Really? Huh. I don't know how to... Let me try this. No, that ain't gonna work. Let me try a couple of things here. With it. No, that's not going to do it. I want to get rid of you guys. Yeah, I'm not. We can have a look at the ceiling. Miss Freckle Cat, are you, am I buffering on you? So I just started again, but make a quick phone call. So just in case I'm buffering, I'm not sure how to stop it from buffering. Hi, am I buffering on you still? You can't see me at all? Huh, I wonder what's going on here. Yeah, let's see the phone come up. Let me know if it gets worse. Well, that's weird because I'm not there. So, let me see if I can do something. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to do that unless I end the live and start again. Try this. You guys let me know. I'm not. Some of you are seeing it and some of you aren't. Maybe it's from me walking around so much. Still a bit pixelated. I'm not sure how to change that. Well, I'm going to try to keep going. If it gets worse, then I'll just have to... I'll just have to restart it. So maybe that's what I should do, is just restart. Okay. Thank you. This is really... Wow, this is some nice stuff right here. I don't think I'm going to have in it, but beautiful color. And if you look real close, it's got like little water webs in it. Wow. Okay. So, looks like it may crack out here. Let's bring that in some. To get a smooth edge. It looks pretty good. I don't know what my shape's going to be on this. It's a little odd right now. Hey Deb. Thank you for saying so. Yeah, it's some really nice stuff. From Chile. pretty actually. Quite impressed. I think we're going to take that corner off. Just a little bit. And around that bottom. And round that off. Up in a little bit. So if you're watching Dave and Sam's sale this weekend, they were selling Chilean turquoise. I'm not sure if it's the same quality as the first round. I'm a little worried about that. See how it goes from here over to that corner? I'm a little worried about it, but got them cleaned up. So I was just saying, I was talking about the basketball game last week. They didn't win, in fact they got smashed, but Shaq was there to see his daughter play, which is pretty cool. And at half time, pictures with, well, I took a selfie with him, but all the kids were there following him around like the Pied Piper. Which was really nice of him to do. He didn't have to come out and get away from his security and everything, but he did. I don't know if we're losing everybody. Because you can't. If that's the case, I just read. No, I just sat still. Like my mother used to tell me. Sit fidgeting. It might be because I walked around with it so much. It may be that we're just having a bad day with, normally with my service it's pretty good. But sometimes when the weather gets bad, it does change it a little bit. Alright, so, still, it's actually pretty. Let's move over to this next wheel. I'm afraid to move now. Get this. Do that. There we go. I can see a bit better now too. So the piece got smaller. It got cleaner. And I'll take a smaller clean stone over a larger fractured or ill-shaped stone any day. Keep my water going. That's a pretty. Got like a water web and snowdrops in it, and snowflakes in it. Yeah, I was reading up about the Chilean turquoise. There's not a whole lot of it. And it's out by one of the deserts. Like, there's a big, huge desert area in Chile. And, yeah, let's see. and bringing down the edge, bringing the height of the girdle down, but giving it a bit of a higher dome, and then doing the wiggle waggle. It gets harder and harder to do, colder and it gets. I'm trying to see where there's still a flat spot, and that's what I'm bringing in this edge for. I don't know why. It normally takes really good pictures and everything, so maybe I must have left it on like 12 or something. It feels really good on my phone. If it's really, really bad, let me know and I'll start the live again. And it'll just take me. We don't want it to be all pixelated for a whole hour and a half, 2 hours. I'd rather just restart. Put it back. Take that bottom so it doesn't tip out. And then if the piece that's sitting over there gluing together is an absolute disaster, I can just blame it on the light. And then I won't have to replay it. We'll have to see if instant glue really means instant glue. I don't think so. It's got to be on my phone. Because my phone's not on the Wi-Fi. I'm on the network. I think. Let me double check. That I can do. I think. Aha. Let's see if I can. Alright, that might have changed things. Let me know how that is. Good. So what had happened, somehow I got onto my home network, and I never get on my home network. So maybe it was you're trying to spy on me through my network, and then through my Wi-Fi, which could only be one of you guys in the chat, so now I have to decide which one of you is trying to spy on me. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Yeah, my network on my phone is much better than the Wi-Fi at my house. Unless I'm really close to the modem. Or router, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, that's good to know, so I'll know that next time. I still haven't figured out how to restart live without losing all of you guys though. Alright, gonna go into the third wheel. Big thing back. Yeah, on the home network rather than on my phone. Thank you. Yeah, have such a good moderator, they come tell me in person and drive thousands of miles to tell me. Let's get rid of that. It looks like a moderator hat. Alright. So hopefully I have hit 1,500 subscribers today. Well, I did lose a few over the last few days. It's funny, during the week I have at least 2 or 3 people that unsubscribe and have subscribed back. I don't know if they're messing with my head, having fun. They're limited on their subscriber count. I don't know. Here's a wiggle waggle. And we're going to get back to the Bran Flake experiment. So, last few weeks I've been really lucky. So even with the silver price, gold price, whatever you want to look at, the silver price has crashed down to, I think it was like 72 today at the end of the day. So people are getting scared, trying to get their money out. It's all paper money anyway, but some are taking physical. But I have a friend who's a jeweler, local, not the one I do commissions for. And she was chatting with one of my other friends, and he wanted to buy like $100,000 worth of gold. And he's a jeweler, mind you. And he called his 4 regular refineries that he would call to either buy, sell, broker, a sale. And all 4 of them said they were not buying and they were not selling. They were doing neither one. Hey, Si, how you doing? If you don't know Lions Fix-It Shop, Midlands to north of England, takes you on some fantastic walks. In fact, I saw him by the lake today, and it was drizzling. Beautiful English weather today. But he also does some work in his wood shop, and just a fantastic bloke, really. So good to watch. I like watching. I don't know what the right word is for it. I'm not sure about the right word for it, but very easy to watch, almost meditative. How about that? Yeah. It reminds me of home a lot, too. Pretty nice piece. All right, let's go. So yeah, I could have used Lions. I could have used your help with my epoxy. Let's see how we did. Let me back this up. Now that we can see, let's back this up a little. And I'm going to turn that off for just a second. So yeah, I talked about precious metals for a second there, and I didn't think I was going to have a find this week. Last week I think it was like 2 ounces of silver for $1.80, and the week before I think it was like 5 ounces for like, I don't know, $20. So today I went to the normal store I go to. They didn't have anything. The jewelry lady hadn't been by. I was like, okay, but I went pretty early, and there's another shopper in there that I've noticed the last couple of weeks. And she gets there before me, so I thought maybe she found everything. But the jewelry lady hadn't been by. So at lunch today, while I was at work, I went back over there. I nipped in there because it's, I only get about 30 minutes for lunch. And another lady had put something up in the display cabinet. And here we go. A little bit more expensive. Gorgeous pattern, just really pretty. And she's like, I just put that out. And I was like, well, I came just in time. And then I looked at it, I'm like, well, that's going to be weighted right there, isn't it? And well, it's not weighted. I don't know if you can see in there. I haven't looked up this haven't looked that up yet. I haven't had time, and I haven't weighed it yet. So got an H in there, and I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's hog. I don't know who that is. Anyway, I haven't weighed it. I knew it was more than an ounce, and it was $72 today. So let's give it a quick weigh, I think, while we're waiting. Get my scale out. So yeah, I'm trying to do, like, you know, at least one of my finds or 2 finds a week if I find something. And I really didn't think I was going to get this today. And I thought I was going to come empty-handed, but so I'm hoping for 3 is what I'm hoping for. If it's 3, that's $210. It is 100 and, I don't know if you can see in there, looks like it's going to be 134 grams. So multiply that by 0.25 and divide by 31.103. I think I'm looking at 4 ounces. So 4 ounces at today's price is 4 times that, basically. So that's like a $225 find on my break. Not bad. And it's gorgeous. It's really pretty. The engraving on it's fabulous. And I haven't even pulled the price off under here yet. I'll just stick this on. Got tape on it. Let's see if I can get it. Oops. Yeah, just plain in the middle. Plain in the middle. And I have to look up this mark. So I have to screenshot that later and look it up. Hey Sol, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I know you're probably freezing. But, I know you're colder than I am, so I should quit whining. And let's have a look at how this did. So this is meant to be instant. Let's see. Looks a little dubious to me. Well, oh no, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Let's see what we did. This was cheap 2-part epoxy from Harbor Freight. Boop. And cold out, but that's solid. Well. That's good to know. That is good to know. Let's see if I can scratch it with, see how hard we're at. That's not even sticky. I mean, it's a little bit sticky, but... Alright, we're going to take this to the wheel. See what we can do. Doop. There we go. Sorry for all the movement today, the Wi-Fi. And yeah, we'll get it together. Get a little bit of coffee because it's freezing. I am going to come on. Shoot, we could do it now almost, couldn't we? How about this? We could do it now. I don't know what the prize is going to be. How about a surprise prize? I believe we probably hit 1,500 in subscribers. Or I've gone backwards. But why don't we do it now? It'll either be a piece of turquoise, maybe the piece that we're cutting now. Let me find a random number generator. How many are here? 14 people. Well, let's do 1 to 20. No, we're going to do 1 to 50. So Let me just give it a practice. All right, there we go. So if you're in the chat and you're willing to do it, go ahead, put a number in. I'm going to put in, I don't know how to do the start. I don't even know how to write on here. Hold up. I'm sure somebody will get upset. Well, I'm going to give it 2 minutes. All right. Put a number between 1 and 50. You get one number only. And I'm just going to call start. And we're going to start right now. So start. And any number between 1 and 50. And the closest to the number will get a prize from today. If somebody in the chat, there you go. Perfect, Jeremy. Thank you. Welcome in, Jeremy. Tick tock, tick tock. And then we'll get on with this. What do I do with it? So somewhere. I lost the piece. Oh, there it is. No, there it is. Okay. So I only see 5 numbers right now. So if you want to put a number between 1 and 50, and I'm going to do for about another, maybe a minute and a half. Thank you, Debbie. Hey, Koa, welcome in. Yep, looking for a number between 1 and 50. One number only, please. All right, 23 people in. I'm looking for a number between 1 and 50. Prefer if you're a subscriber for sure. Prefer if you're in the US, but I know, Jeremy, you're not, so that's okay. We will work that out somehow. Not sure what we're going to give away. It's going to be Post Turquoise, probably a finished cab, and I'll show whatever it's going to be on Sunday. So, all right. Well, I think that's long enough. Let's call a stop. And not too many of it in here, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And here we go. Dude, let's get rid of the light. And let's go. Here we go. 8. You see Koa. Is it Koa? Looks like it. So Koa, I'm not sure what you've won. It will be a finished cab of some kind. It won't be anything too cheap. And what I need you to do, if you would, is send me an email with your name, address, just your name and address on this one, actually. And if you would send it to, please give your screen name as well. And we'll get this out to you. I think we're going to send you a nice cab. So congratulations, Koa. And so if you would send it to RocksAlot, that's all one word, at outlook.com. That's all one word right there. So sir.rocksalot, sir.rocksalot at outlook.com. Send me your screen name, your name, and your address, and I will show the prize on Sunday. Congratulations. You need to get a screenshot. If you need a screenshot, you can kind of see it. There you go. Yeah, it'll be something nice too. All right, let's get back to what we're. So this is the challenge of the day. Super thin bran flake of Tyrone. and we epoxied it to a piece of Italian goldstone, and we're going to try and get rid of all this glass. I probably could chop it off, but I'm going to see how quick it goes on the machine. Usually glass is pretty quick on the machine. And definitely have a mask on. You're welcome. And yeah, let's see how this goes. And the challenge was Angara. Angara was in the live last week, and they were a little bit humorous about how thin that was, but they were absolutely right. And that's why I took on the challenge to see if we could make something of it. So I'm a little underneath on the epoxy under there. That's not good. So we're gonna have to bring it all in there. But here you go, a little bit of noise. It's gonna take a little while, but we'll get through it. Funny how the glass comes out that color. And the reason I chose this goldstone was the flakes in here are actually gold. Not gold, are actually copper. Get some extra water on here. So just going to bring it in on all the edges. And I'm actually impressed. So this was the instant epoxy, 2-part epoxy from Harbor Freight. One large side to go. The thing about this epoxy, it's not really sticking to my wheel, which is good. You got to be careful that some of the epoxies will end up getting stuck to your wheel, and it actually sort of impregnates on top of the diamond, and it gets harder to cut with stones. It becomes less aggressive. I've done all this work. I still don't even know if it's going to work, because we're going to have to bring this top down too, so that'll be interesting. Grabbing a little bit, that's the glue grabbing. So I don't know if I got enough glue under this end, which is unfortunate. I'm good on these three sides. You know, I got epoxy all the way to the edge, but up on this corner here, it's indented a little bit. So this is the glass. You see how quick it goes through glass? Pretty quick. I've got to bring it all the way in until I see the glue here. I don't know, this might be too thin. Might be too thin. We should get something up this end, but I don't know. Gotta get it to where there's no little gap under there. I hope I didn't screw it up too bad. Do a little bit of a gap. So it's getting smaller, so that little hole's now getting smaller. And it's almost gone, so that's good. So let's just check this side. Pretty good. It's supposed to come in. Gotta get rid of all that glue. Alright, so well, let's start on the top, see if we can get some color out of it. Either way, I should get something nice out of this side, which is going to be the back, but I'm going to start trying to girdle it out. And it may change, but may just end up being the goldstone being the star. Bring that in a lot. Whew, it's going to be close. See how much that dips right there? So it's going to be close whatever happens. And I called it a challenge because it's a challenge for sure. There's a little bit of a hole right there. Got to come in a little bit more. Trying to do it even. But all I can see now is a little bit of the glue, which is fine. I'm hoping the edges will get... Oh, that's pretty neat. You can see the buoyance in there. Pretty cool. So I do have some more of that. Actually, I didn't get a lot of this stuff. I think it's probably goldstone that didn't quite come out the way they wanted it, but actually it's sort of got patches of the copper in it. I actually like it. Almost makes it look like a jasper with goldstone in it. Alright. So either way, even if the turquoise doesn't work out, this top side may be pretty cool. Let's see. I'm gotta make it even here. I really don't want all these angles. Do that. Trying to see how I'm building that dome in there. Actually looks pretty neat with the angles, but I won't be able to keep up the angles. Now I'm going to go a little bit less. Yeah, the goldstone looks pretty nice. And now we're going to try this. I don't know. I think we'll go to the next wheel. We'll try the turquoise on it. I know. I don't know which one we'll see. So I've actually done quite a few pieces, John, where the turquoise is so thin. I've done some royston and backed it with some picture jasper. And, you know, by the time you end up putting it into a pendant, you can have it whichever way you want. Turquoise, all goldstone. Oh, let me just clean my glasses up here. Getting a little spotty. I think I'm having too much fun because I'm not noticing how cold it is. But I am noticing. Okay, let's see if I can get some color on this. This is going to be real dodgy. It's so thin. And I may just go right through it. Let's see. Maybe we'll see. I can't press too hard and it may take a few minutes to get through this, but that's going to be the thinnest edge right there, and you can see how thin that is, the turquoise in it. That is going to be my finest edge right there. When I start there and work it in. Whew. I don't know about this. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Thank you for the medal. Thank you, I appreciate that. Candy cane, thank you so much. That's pretty kind of you. And it takes me, I think I was at $99.10. So once I get to 100, whether it's through super chats or gifts like you just gave, Candy Cane, you will be contributing to my first 100. And I don't know, there may be a little prize coming for that too. Alright, so you can kind of see I'm getting through it. There is some color in there. I don't know if we're going to get all of the holes out. It's pretty thin. Yeah, it could be wire wrap. So please understand, I took this on as a challenge. It's what was it? An $8 piece or a $6 piece of turquoise? I think it was $6. and the Goldstone didn't cost me anything. So the challenge was to try and make something out of something so thin without inlaying it. And even to inlay it, it would have been really hard to get clean little pieces of turquoise out of it. It's getting there, but I gotta be so fit. It's gonna be so easy for me to just go right through the whole thing. All right, let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna move on to the next wheel. Right about there. Yeah, Steven. So Steven from Wisconsin, he gave me like a $99 super chat a couple of weeks ago, which was just uncalled for, really. And on this platform, they take about 50%. They take money for taxes, and they also take money for the platform use, which I get some of it. That's quite a chunk, though. But, you know, I wasn't making anything before, so very kind. And I certainly wasn't even expecting to get to this point, so. Alright. Starting to come down. Still got a little bit of wiggle room. Little bit of wiggle room. Not much. Thanks, John. Yeah, some of it's I'm here to learn. I'm here to maybe experiment with you guys. You know, I didn't know that the instant 2-part epoxy from Harbor Freight was actually as good as they said it was. Like, what's funny about it is when you go to checkout, they give you one of those sort of liability waivers on your way out saying that it's a non-returnable item. Most of the time because it's already expired. So, yeah, I think batteries, glues, JB Wells, they do not take returns on. So I've got a little bit of a dome on this, I guess. But yeah, so 2-part epoxy from Harbor Freight works pretty well, and it's pretty quick. Thank you, Co. Yeah, I'd never really seen anybody do this. I've done it with quite a few stones now, and I've had people that have been cutting for a long time, and they're like, why didn't we think of that? Like, if you're going to put epoxy or glue on it, you might as well put something that looks good. So like Dave's epoxy that he uses. Hey, Chris, thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome in. But yeah, even Dave's, he's taken the time to, you know, find an epoxy that works well, and actually he uses copper flakes. So this is just copper flakes, Goldstone, and looks pretty nice, actually. And you know, the backing that he uses is different than everybody, and it's a little more appealing than just your regular JB Wells, which I do use JB Wells. Slowly getting through it. There might be a little bug in there, but that's okay. Still got some room. Right? Not bad. Hey Star, how are you? So we've had Lion's Fix-It Shop, and then here's Star. Star's up in the north of England as well. I don't think she ever sleeps. And I don't know when, Star, but I think I'm coming over. I don't know if it's going to be the summertime or not. Wendell Emmanuel, welcome in. So I haven't figured out the epoxy yet. I'll have to get with you, John, on that. We'd love to give it a try. So Star, this is the thinnest piece of turquoise I think I've ever cut. It's Tyrone Turquoise from New Mexico in the States. And it's an old copper mine. I don't know if they're still mining copper from it, but if they're not, I imagine they're probably going to reopen it. And so it's super cheap. Nobody else wanted it. Looked like a Bran Flake. Looked similar to, looked similar to that, but extremely thin. That's much thicker. Well, you're always welcome somewhat, so I'm just going to round the edge. You know what, we're going to go back one wheel real quick. I'm going to take the sharpness out just a little. Yeah. Just going to take this edge just right there, not hard, just enough. I got to remember on that other side it's glass, and if I have that point out, it's probably just going to chip out. So this will just blend it a little bit around that corner. Alright. Let's go back here. I was wondering cubes. So we got the Tyrone. It's not going to come super clean. And then we've got the Italian goldstone on the other side. And I got to do that still. And I got to be careful of pointed edges on this soft wheel. Almost. It's a glass star. So usually it's a uniform color, and I think this is like one of their bad batches. And I got it for free from my jewelry friend. But yeah, it's got a little bit of a sparkle in it. I got a little bit of sparkle in me too. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, it's little bits of copper flakes. Hi, North Star. Guess what, North Star? Oh, you did? So, good. I didn't know. I looked at it. It hadn't arrived yet. And I sent yours and John's package out. I hope you like it. It's as close as I could get. And it could use a quick polish. I didn't want it. Once I got it set, I didn't want to polish it myself anymore. Because I didn't want to get any particular polish stuck into the setting. But yeah, I hope you like it. I apologize it took so long, but I wanted to get it right, and I think that cap came out pretty nice. Well, I don't need anything. That was North Star. That was just because we met you. And you were super nice. and I was glad I could help out. And I really appreciate the support to the channel. But then, yeah, it was really nice to meet you. That me and Freckle Cat got to meet you. That was really fun. And she's she's on training. She's training Toby. He is now already sitting. He comes, he fetches, and today, after 2 days of training, she's got him laying down. Really cool. I could cut it. I mean, I could square it off and cut it. Really, I was just taking, I didn't know how much of this I was going to even be able to keep on the back here. I'm still going to bring it down a little bit more. Just wanted to get the glass done first. And I'm going to be careful on this corner. I'm getting pretty close. Yeah, Tobin's is doing really good. I'm getting pretty close here. The reed has got one little, it's come out much cleaner than I thought. Gonna have a few speckles in it, but there's nothing wrong with a few freckles, right? I like freckles. Thank you all for being in here. So something out of nothing. Thanks, John. Now this is actually a goldstone piece that I got from local jeweler, but it came out, so there's more copper up here than down here. I think it was probably a mistake one that they yeah, I don't have my freckles anymore. Freckle Cat obviously has her freckles. I'm not sure if it comes from the Irish side, the Scottish side, or the Viking side. A little bit of all of it. Hey Wendy, how are you? Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the other pieces I've done where I backed them with stone. I know you suggested some inlay. It was so thin, and I wasn't going to get any clean turquoise out of it, but I don't know, a little bit different. And I've never, yeah. So I understand putting like an epoxy backing or something like that if you're going to cover it up, or it's going to sit in a ring setting where nobody's going to see it. But this gives you a few different choices. I'm not going to be able to get those little freckles out in these ones, but they're almost gone. And I can pretty much do it. If I go much further, I'm going to go through it, so I got to be careful. I'm actually really happy. Yep, super good. Where is that little piece? The little piece I have is so small, I don't even know what I did with it. I don't see it. So this is the thick piece. So I still got this piece to go. So it was half as thick as this one. So it's about half as thick as that one. Well, let's take a quick picture here while we're here. There we go. So yeah, it's thinner than this one. That one's a bit of a crackler as well. It's almost like pork rind or something. Yep. So pretty happy with that. Still got a few wheels to go. Let's find that other piece we did today. This was a bit of the Chilean. And I think we're just going to take these two, go through the other wheels. And thank you, Deb, I appreciate that. And go through these other wheels and see how it looks at the end to get off to the exam. So one side I'm going to have to do with exam. On the other side, I'm going to try and do some Syrian. Thank you all for the thumbs up. We're almost at 50. And the light back in. Pretty good. Alright. Let's go through this one again. This is a Chilean. I wish I could show you what it started off to look like. But okay, so we are going to do this one. I'm going to put both of these on here, and then I'm going to cheat because it's getting chilly out. And I'm going to add a little bit of hot water. So yeah, this is what I do for you guys. I sit here in the freezing cold and have to use hot water in my tray so we can keep going. There we go. Not really. I'd be out here, guys, anyway, for sure. Let's get the Chilean down here. Let's see if we can get here. There we go. I'm going to get a good angle of the light. It's dark out here and cold. Yeah. Thank you, Star. I'm just going to go around. Can everybody see okay? This is probably better about there. That's good. I'm going to go over what we've already done. Okay, it's not taking off much. This is a 600 grit. So if you want, I don't know if Freckle Cat's listening, but I'm hoping, because we didn't get to go do it last weekend, that maybe we'll go see if we can find some manatees over the weekend. See if we take Toby on a long trip already. He is quite fierce to have a 3.5-pound dog barking at you like he's the toughest little guy in the world. Hey Janko, how you doing today? Yeah, I don't know, it might work as long as I don't drink it, John. But you know, I like my sweet things, and I'm told that antifreeze has a sweet smell to it. And take off the sharp edge a little bit. It's not really sharp, but it's just enough to round it up to that dome and blend it in. Yeah, I like it. The same on the bottom. This has like little snowflakes on it. Yeah. Is fleckles a word? I'm not sure. Get any of the packets out. Okay. Hey there, welcome in. Thank you for all the hands. I say hello back. Glad you could join us. What do you think of the color? There's a little fleckly in there. A little bit different. Then there's angry emojis or happy emojis. Yeah, freckles. The other one can have flecks of copper in it. This can have freckles in it. I believe we went and hit. Thank you for the. I'm not sure who else gave me the little gems up there. I think somebody else did. Let me go back here. Oh, Deb, thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind. I'm about 35 cents from my first 100. And then I assume I'm official YouTube. I don't know. I didn't know I'd done the zoomy on you guys. Yeah, very kind. And appreciate you joining. I appreciate everybody that just comes in, even if they're just lurking. Glad you're here to watch. People that say something in the chat, it really helps. People that hit the thumbs up, it really helps. Subscribers, thank you so much. I mean, I did not expect to be where we are at this time of year last year. Last year at Christmas, I was at 87 subscribers. And just coming on and chatting with you guys, showing you a few things that I do. We've reached to where we are right now, and it's a little bit astounding sometimes, actually. Alright. My hands are getting cold. But we'll get through this one, and then we're just going to do the challenge piece, and we'll be good. If anybody has any requests as to different materials that you'd like to see, please let me know. If I don't have it, I will source it out. Thank you, I appreciate that very much. I hope you're doing well. wherever you are. Move over just a tad, maybe. For this one, we get to do with the Zan, which is a chromium aluminum phosphate wax. I'm sorry, aluminum oxide wax. So it'll give it a beautiful polish. So this is a Chilean turquoise right here. I've done really well, so thanks to everybody. So if there's anybody there watching, Dave, whoever, Sam, McKay, Sonora River, thank you so much for giving me the ability to source out decent material. Global Studio, George up in Georgia, thank you so much. And even just, even some of the stuff I've got off of eBay's worked out really well. And then thank you all for the inspiration, all you resellers. Hey Reyes. All the resellers, so Jason, Tanya over at My Jewelry Addiction, Kirsten at Kirsten Red Resale, Super Friend Jody's Jewelry. She's absolutely fabulous. Christy over at Ladies Who Loot. Wendy, you saw Wendy in the chat, Wendy Wolfwalker at Wolfwalker Collectibles. Thank you all so much for the inspiration that I get to get from watching you guys reselling all your jewelry. Even though you might not know it, it does fit into my lapidary that I'm doing. That's pretty nice. Alright, good with that one. Let's go back. Of course, Kyle and Amy from World of Rock Hounds. Thank you. Yeah, they probably have some of the best specimen deals. Sometimes they have cabs. And yeah, World of Rock Hounds, he works harder than probably the rest of us put together. And of course, Lappy Dave for Lapidary Dave, thank you. Sam, Stephen up in Wisconsin. And don't let me forget the one and only great John Dupuy from Diamond Pacific. I hope we get to go see him again soon. I have some of my best specimens from John Dupuy. I think my dinosaur toe bone, I'll have to bring it out. So I'm just going over the glass. I'm just rounding off that edge. This goldstone is turning out really nice. Much better than it looked when it was in a slab form. Let me do a quick dry check on it actually. Thanks, Bodie. I appreciate that very much. You rock too. I don't see any major scratches. Starting to get a bit of a shine to it. And hopefully that's going to come out the same way it looks when it's wet. Nice and glossy. Yes, I can. The long list star. But you know what? I should. I just hit the 1,500, I believe, on the subscribers there. So I should do a post. It'll be a long list. But I also thought about, I don't have all my, wow, that looks good. It's not coming over on the phone. Well, there it is. I have a long list in some of my saved videos that I've watched over the years, and I'm going to put together another sort of channel list that everybody can see. I think the only one they can see right now is the opals or the opal prospectors or something. But yeah, that's a good idea, so. Mr. Stephen Pollock over there doing his resins and his Dungeons and Dragons dice and everything. It's pretty cool. We got Al prospecting as well. There's a lot of people I've watched over the years. Alright, then we're moving on to the next wheel. Let's get this turquoise. So this turquoise isn't taking me long. So it's pretty flat. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised to get that much out of it. I really am. Let's see if there's a way I can bring it down any more to get more, but I think if I take it down any more, I'm going to start going through the stone itself. Yeah. Alright, let's get the edge. Make sure that's flat, so it can be set. I'm very happy with this. Well, I got 2 wheels to go and anything can happen. But I think I may have passed the challenge. If I don't let it fly in the next couple of wheels. Oh, see that? Almost lost it. I have. So this is a piece that I did just get started just out of your request. So that is a pectolite. It has copper in it too. It must be copper based. So turquoise has copper in it, goldstone has copper in it, and Larimar has copper in it. The black you see on this particular piece is actually a carbonated bark. So like a palm bark. And on the other side here, you can see where I started to bring it down. And the star shapes or splinter shapes that you see in there is a pectolite formation. So yeah, I have some really nice. Can I get to it? See, people ask me questions and then I get distracted, but that's. So here's some. Yeah, that's not bad. A little bit bluer. Okay, now you're gonna get me going. Don't make me run inside. Actually, I don't know if it's in the. I don't know if it's in the mock-up or if it's I do have some black opal coming though. I'm kind of excited to show some of you. So back to where we were. So back to the goldstone and the challenge. Yeah, I was fortunate enough. I got a little bit of black opal, and I got some of the end cuts or throwaway cuts from somebody that ran a store up in Tennessee. Not only did they run the store up in Tennessee, but they also have the store in Australia called the Opal Cave, which is in Lightning Ridge. But it was his throwaways, so I got to cut through it to see if I can get something decent out of it. So that was from Ford, and Ford was very kind to send that to me. Yeah, that's some decent opal. That's some crappy opal too, but some decent pieces too. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do an opal day one of these days. Today was the Turquoise Bran Flake, Tyrone Turquoise from New Mexico Bran Flake challenge. Just going on, just to get it on every piece, every surface of this, being that it's gloss and I want it to come out nice and shiny is what I want. The turquoise is going to come out shiny because we're going to use SAM, and I will try and do, I got to be careful. So the reason I got to be careful when I polish this, it's because we got that little strip of epoxy in there. I don't want the cerium to get caught up in there. Ugh, shiny shinies. Really? I wish. I don't know. That's probably what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this. Like if I'd gone to Australia at a younger age, I definitely would have been caught up in opal. So I think what we're going to do with the goldstone side is cerium oxide just most of the top and the top edge, sort of the top edge of the dome, and I'm not really going to bring it too far down on the sides. What a great evening. Thank you all for being here. So Stephen, the only thing I've noodled is trout, so but we call it tickling trout. So I can tickle trout. Over here, I guess you would call it noodling trout as well. And I don't think I would stick my hand in a hole around here. You can take that how you want, but no. You know, with the gators and the snapping turtles that we got around here, I like to catch catfish, but I don't need to stick my hand to bring out a 30-pound catfish on the end of my hand or arm. So now we're on the 3000 grit on the turquoise. Got really thinned. I think I did pretty well. If you do look at the, ooh, that got pretty close right there, didn't it? Really close. Really close on this edge. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit. Well, I'm not bringing it in, I'm just going over the edge. Make sure I don't cut the turquoise out completely. So yes, I learned to tickle trout in the north of England. And then I would tickle sea trout in the streams that led down. Here's a story. So I would tickle sea trout down in Cornwall, and there was a place called Port Isaac, and I used to tickle the trout in the streams that led out to the harbor. It's a very small village. Well, back then it was a very small village. And I would take the trout back to the bed and breakfast or whatever. I got it down by the Coast Guard. They had a Coast Guard ramp right there where the boat would run down the ramp, and I'd got my trout right there and then take it back to the bed and breakfast, and they would cook it for me. I don't know how old I was, probably 13, 14. And then going on, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 years later, I was watching TV and I started to recognize, so I was here in the States, but I started to recognize the port, and it was Port Isaac, where I used to go as a child on holiday sometimes with my parents, and it's where they filmed Dr. Martin. So, yeah, Port Isaac, where I used to go as a child, was Port Isaac, which I forget the name of the town that they use it in the show, but it's the Dr. Martin show. And I think they're just coming out with a Dr. Martin show over here in the States, or based on it. I don't know if it'll be as good, but we'll see. Alright, let's get this glass side done. So yeah, noodling in the States is pickling in England. And I just looked that up a couple of days ago, actually. I was trying to see if it was legal to tickle trout in the United States, which it is not legal. And I was specifically looking in California, and the only fish that you can tickle or noodle other than catfish is, looks like gudgeon, Gundy, I can't even say it. I think it's gudgeon or something, the little sucker fish out in California. There's a story for you. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for coming down. Wow, there's almost 100 people in here. That's fantastic. If you wouldn't mind hitting that little thummy thing up there, that'd be great. But you don't have to. If you like what you see, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe planning a trip out to California at some point. I have some family out there, and I just out of interest, still childhood interest, I wanted to see if I was allowed to go get trout by hand, but you can't. There you go. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, thanks for the thumbs up there. And you want to see more, we do different things each week, but mostly turquoise, opal, some petrified wood, some agates, some picture jaspers, some other California Katy Mountain jaspers. So we try to vary it up, and I come on live on Thursdays and Sundays. So if you hit the little bell button on the subscribe, it will let you know within a minute or two of when I go live. But either way, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yeah, that's true, but see, when I was younger, I wouldn't care. Today, I don't know. I it would be hard to prove that I mean, unless they watch me throw it up on the bank. But yeah, it'd be hard to prove what I was doing with my hands underneath the rock in the middle of a stream. Alright. There's sparklies on that flipping head. Now, I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to, let's see. I'm trying to get you over to the Chilean station. I don't know if this is going to work. Almost. Do that. And turn here. Sort of like that. Oh, shoot. Alright, that's not too bad. No. That's not good. It's epoxy right there. Alright, so this is the cerium station. I'm not going to put any extra on. It's already got cerium on it. I'm just going to give it a quick splatter right here. Every now and then I'll take this off and sort of impregnate it with cerium. So you will see the cerium come onto the stone. That's a really good, look at that. So this stuff's pretty cool. And there you go, you can see the cerium coming off already. I just don't want to let go of it. Thank you, that opal guy. Yeah, this stuff I got it from the local jeweler. He has like a tiny little room where he has slabs and little crystal specimens and stuff. Well, you can always take one away. That opal guy. So, yeah, you can always take, you know, if somebody adds one, you can always take one away. And I never understood the 6-7 thing. I think just it's kids growing up, and one day they'll get from 67 to 69, but you know. Hey, I'd be happy with a 69 out of 100. Alright, so I'm just gonna go around the edge here like this. Hopefully it's not getting stuck in between the two stones. Keep it nice and wet. Thank you, I appreciate that. I mean, coming from that crispy, it was, you know, it was half as thin as that. Not that one, what's the other one? These bran flakes, crispy flakes, corn flakes, I don't know what to call them. So to get this out of that, I'm very happy. We're going to go over to the ZAM real quick and finish this one off. And then we'll call it. Oh shoot, oh no. It went flying. Let's see. Give me a second. I'm hopefully going to get lucky. I need a flashlight. And hopefully... No. I got it. Give me a second, I'm going under the table. Coming back out. I got lucky. There we go. So I went for a little flight. Oh no, the innuendos. Okay, let's head over to the ZAM and we'll get these two done. Let's turn that off. Ah, the peace and quiet. Something like that. There we go. Alright, over to the ZAM real quick. Oh shit. Knocked everything over. Boop, boop, boop. Over to the ZAM. I just kicked over a bowl of water as well, which isn't helpful. Alright, ZAM machine. Cloth puffer. ZAM is a chrome aluminum oxide wax. And we're just going to shine up these two. And get that going. This is that first one. This is the Chilean. You give it a quick charge, not too much. And as usual, I do the back first, just to do a test. That's a pretty good test. You can see, let's go in a little closer. Oop, come on. That's a lot closer, that's a bit closer. So, yeah, so polish is polishing. And let's do the edges. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. It amazes me, actually, that you spend time with me, so thank you. Just going to go around the edge. If you enjoyed some of what you saw today, we go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays about 5:36, and Sundays about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I think I'm going to change my time. Sundays at 2. And Thursdays, 5:30 to 6. Let's do the front. They're getting the face down now. They're really nice blue. Rotate it a little bit. I've got to be careful because my hands are cold and these are slippery. And there's nothing like slippery fingers. How's that? That's pretty good. So this one was, what was it, $6, I think? Turned out really nice. Speckly, snowflakey. They're not bad. And then this one, I'm not going to do the goldstone side, because that is pretty much done. That's nice. And we're just going to polish up this side. So I'm going to go around the edge a little bit. I'm going to get turquoise side. So it was the turquoise side that was the challenge, And I'm pretty happy with choosing the goldstone for the backing or the front, whatever you want to call it. But I got a little something out of that little flake of... I gotta do, I'm missing a little spot right there. Needs to go on the... Let's see if that works. Almost works, actually. Okay. So yeah, I got something out of that flake. And that was an Angara. I don't know if Angara is out there, but Angara, thank you for the challenge. If anybody thinks of some other materials or challenges that you'd like me to try, just don't say inlay. I'll try anything. All right, let's see how this one went. That's really nice. So let's go from that little Bran flake that was maybe 2 millimeters to that, and that on the other side. That is pretty cool, and I'm very happy with that. Very happy. Oh. Wow. Light went out, everything went out. So yeah, let's just do that. Yes, goldstone. Nice call on that. Yes. But yes, it's a goldstone and some Tyrone turquoise that was like a brown flake. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. But we'll do it. So yeah, so another quick look. Looks good there. Really nice. A little bit different. And challenge accepted, I think challenge passed. And he follows everybody. So yeah, those are the two. Let's turn that off. I don't know what the next challenge is going to be, but very happy with those. We did both of those from start to finish. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all that came in and joined and chatted, and thank you for the gifts. Very much appreciated. I think we hit 1,500. Koa, I will be getting out to you soon. And John, your piece should be coming in maybe tomorrow or Saturday. Miss North Star got hers today, so sent them both out on Monday. It's okay. All right. Thank you all so much. Love you guys. We will see you in the next one. Probably Thursday, maybe before. If we go see the manatees, we might go live real quick too. So thank you, Minty. Nice to see you in there. And Star, I'm sending you to bed. Go to bed. Anyway, thank you all so much. See you in the next one. In the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourself. Cheers now. Well, I hope you get out soon, Minty. I like that agate that you found the other day. It was really nice. If you don't know Minty, she's out in Arizona. Does some gnarly trees and some fantastic rocks. Check her out. And Star, I'll try and put a list together like you suggested. All right. Thanks now. Love you guys. Cheers.